Hello guys and welcome back to What If Civilization Started Over. If you haven't seen episode 10 then this is props huge spoilers, but World War I just happened, so don't know how to feel about that. And also I've made this map like 98% better, so yippee! Anyways, what we're gonna see happening first is more exploration into the Russian continent, into the Russian areas, going all the way here, and eventually all that would be unexplored is this part of the land here, some islands and Oceania, which has just been discovered. Many islands have been discovered, and the tip of Australia has just been discovered as well. They're eventually going to go around the coast, but this is extremely hot, so they don't really get much into it. Eventually, all around the area has been explored, and so is New Zealand. So now almost all of the world has been explored, including Iceland now. So let's continue into the video. So yeah, first thing we're going to see is this country expands their borders out very big. Probably to like something like this. And then if we just fill it in, boom. Now we have a bigger South Africa. That's just cool, isn't it? But over here, on this region, in this particular area, we're going to see a new country. Yeah. God, do you think the pixel style is better, or do you think I would rather have like the normal style? Tell me in the comments what you think. And we also see this country take a bit of land in this area right here. So yeah, we have a cool map. So what we're going to see happening is we're going to see the Indians go expansionist, even though they already have like sanctions or whatever after World War I. It's going to go over and take all of this land here. And they're going to take this land. This country won't notice, but, well, they will have to, they do notice, but the Indians, they like, want to fight, man? And they don't want to fight him, so, yeah. Over here, we're going to see a new country forming over here, which is going to be like a Tibetan state. They're going to form right here, and they're going to be the new kid on this block. It literally is a block. It's going to expand downwards to the coast down here, and it's going to consolidate it as a pretty good country. It's going to go down in here, and it's actually going to declare war on this country, taking over all of these lands here, which is obviously going to anger these guys. So we can finally get into our first war sequence after World War I. It's already happened, man. It's insane. We're going to see troops enter into the border here, and they're going to do surprisingly well, getting all the way over here, which is when we're going to see the Indians get involved, going quickly in and trying to encircle the capital. We're also making a major push into this area, trying to get to this major city right here, which isn't very good. But not everything's good either. Nothing's going good for them right now, because we actually see a new state pop up right here, wanting independence. It's something about this size. Now this country is going into full collapse mode. They are able to push back this country a little bit, which allowed them to gain more territory against this country. But in the long run, it's not going to survive, as this country continues to advance into this area. Meanwhile, the Tibetans continue to just walk in through the country with their really strong military for no apparent reason, eventually taking all of this land. This country does manage to make a pretty good counter-offensive, but over here on the Indian side, it's not good enough. Its capital is encircled, and within a couple of weeks, it's captured. So now it's just like this, and we're just going to see a And it's all gone. This country here is going to be able to get close to this major city and take it. But that's all I'm really going to get. Now we can take a look at a peace treaty over here in this Indian front. In this treaty, we see that the Tibetans, they take all of this. Hey. What? Why does this keep on happening? Hello? Is this just how the world is destined to end? There we go. So we're going to see them take over all of this area right here. Fully claiming these areas right here. Meanwhile, over here, this country right here is going to... The blue country is going to take all of this area right here. And this country is going to move their capital to this one right here. So now we have the end of the whatever war this was. Let's just call it the Indian War. So yeah. Meanwhile, over here, we see a new country form here called the Pink Team. Oh, wrong layer. And we see a new country form here. It's going to be this country. Very interesting. And it's just going to be a new country. Nothing interesting happens. It's just a new country. Anyways, over here, we're going to see this country is going to get some land. You know everyone loves their land. They're going to take a huge area of land over here. And the borders are going to look something like that. Damn, bigger. So, yeah. Meanwhile, over here, we're going to see the orange country form right in the middle of everything. And there's going to be a new power that's just formed right here. Who knows what their plans are? Actually, we do know because they just started invading into this area right here. Dun, 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 dun. Now, you see, this country isn't in an alliance, but it used to be in an alliance with this country. And if you watch the World War I scenario, or maybe it got lost in the footage, I can't remember. But the South Africans don't like this country anymore. So they're going to be on their own. This country is going to do very well in starting years, taking over all of this strip of land before they can even react. But the green team isn't just going to stand for this, isn't just going to let this slide. It's going to start here and they're going to push right through. They don't have a capital right now for some strange reason, but, well, it isn't really strange. It's just I haven't added one yet. But they're able to go down here and also down here. And before trying to encircle this massive army over here. But they managed to fall back and take back this area right here, pushing them back to there. Leading to a massive swoop over here. Though they aren't able to take back the major city. This encirclement over here is able to break out of their control. Eventually it's going to look something like this, with now this country being encircled and being heavily pushed into. And eventually it's all evacuated or killed. This is now looking like an obvious win for this country, which it is an obvious win, like nothing else is going to happen. So yeah, they're just going to take these claim lands and yeah, so that's really going to happen. This country just has to let it slide. Nothing they're actually going to be able to do. There's no peace treaty for this one. But what we do see happening is we're going to see some massive expansion by this country, getting all the way in deep into the continent. And now the landmass goes from this to that. Meanwhile, this country also joins in with the trend of cutting up Africa, and it's going to take over this slice of land right here, turning it into this country. with this newfound power, you want to know what they do? They invade this country right here for more power. So yeah, let's just see them invade. This country is probably the weakest one out of the three, so they're not really going to be able to stand very much. Eventually this all falls, and the little water part over here falls as well. This is looking like an obvious win for this blue team, until suddenly the gold team actually gets involved in this conflict, because they see this as very bad. So a large bulk of their military is going to go straight into here, take control of this lake and get really close to the capital when something insane is going to happen. Not really insane. A huge ambush is going to happen right in between. Because apparently there's jungles here, because I just said it. So yeah, now they're being ambushed. And eventually they're going to have to fall back a lot. They're going to be able to retake the major city, and this country will leave the war because they don't want to fight anymore. And this country is going to capitulate. Meow, meow, meow. So now this country has just taken over a country and heavily damaged this country. Do you want to know what's going to happen next? A peace treaty only. So in the peace treaty here, we see this country takes over this area right here. Let's just give them all of that, and they get this part of the country here. And they also have to pay this country has to pay lots of reparations to this country. And over here, all of this is going to go over to this country. Meanwhile, the rest of it is actually going to go over to this country, because they didn't want to be under this goofy country's rule. So yeah, let me just erase the capital. Bye bye. Oh no. Bye bye. Oh no. Bye bye. There we go. Now we have two countries here. Nice. And another thing we're gonna see happening is bam bam bam. We're going to see this country here start to expand outwards a lot into this area right here. And eventually, they're going to start to turn into something. They're going to turn into the Mongol Empire. Come on, guys. Every series has a Mongol Empire somewhere. Like in all scenarios, Wisco, they had a Mongol Empire. You can't blame me for having one, okay? Okay? Okay. So this country is going to take all of these lands around them, forming the new Mongol Empire. No, it's not that big. Forming the new Mongol Empire. Wow. Anyways, with the end of a Daily Britain update, we have the start of a Daily Japanese update. So this country is going to start an invasion into the pink team right over here, which is going to go pretty well for them. I'm going to use the pixel style. Yeah, they do pretty well and get all the way down here. Actually, I don't like the pixel, but it sucks for wars. Only good for gaining land and stuff. So they can start to go down here and gain lots of land. But the pink team is probably one of the strongest in the world, in Japan. So they're going to push them out of here, actually. But what they didn't know, well, this country was going to get involved, which these two countries combined is probably stronger than the pink team. They're going to take this major city, and now we're going to see the green team continue their conquests here. They're both going to get really close until our country will form over here, rebelling away from this country and immediately taking the capital, turning the country into total anarchy, allowing this country to gain this province right here. This country will leave the war. Oh, right, one thing I wanted to talk about anarchy is I think in the anarchy layer we have an uncontrolled anarchy, which means it's sort of a country, but we have a lot of death and stuff, it's not very well regulated. But now that we're talking about it, this country is actually going to stop being the only unregulated ideology. It's going to turn into a controlled. And eventually, it's going to turn into a monarchy. So yeah, no more stupid anarchy. And speaking of this, we have a lot to cover. Not really, to be honest. Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 communist countries. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4 of these anarchies. So yeah, that will be it for this episode. And I'm gonna add something to this rock because I feel like I should. What layer is this rock on? Ah, here it is. Right. I think the rock should become more of a what? Wait, what's going on? I don't understand this. Which layer is this on? Just tell me, man. I need to know, please. Well, actually, though, which layer is this on? Wait, what? Let me just erase that. No one will ever see that again. And they can also ignore this hole right here. I'll remake the rock. Don't worry. Don't worry, guys. Don't scream at me in the comments, okay? Look, I'll remake him. So I'll give him a texture that looks like that. That looks like a nice color for him. And boom. And then I need to add a little like that. I also want a shine on it. There we go. And then I need that. And then I think I'll redo that. So yeah, now we have the new improved rock. Nice. So that will be it for this episode. Bye guys.